Hey guys, we have a very unique BMW 428i here. This has had previously a decat and an intake done, as well as a tune with a little bit of pop. He came back wanting a little bit more power, so we've done a charge pipe, we've done a larger intercooler, as well as methanol injection. So the methanol injection is a very unique system. We're using the Vatrix controller or the Vatrix ECU, which is this one here. We've mounted it up on a bracket just here. So it almost looks at OEM. So basically that's a plug and play. There's no splicing for this methanol. It's all plug and play connectors. This was the first time we had our fabricator actually doing the install, and it didn't take him very long at all. So he's done a fantastic job. I've checked over everything and I can't fault it. That's the solenoid down there. That is like a shut-off valve. So when we command it on the ECU, which I'll show you later, that will shut it off there. So that's all electronically controlled by the ECU. We've got the charge pipe here. You can't really see the intercooler, but we have installed it. You can't really see it. Anyway, that's the charge pipe. We've installed the methanol on the bung there. If we want more methanol in the future, we do have another 2 bungs that we can use here. So that's the boost sensor there. So it's all plug and play, as you can see. It's a map sensor there. So yeah, that's the front. Ignore the music, that's just the gym across the road. Just a quick explanation of how it's been tuned. So the base file, was previously tuned with WinOLS. I have touched it up a little bit, but what the benefit of this is, we can turn the methanol injection on and off. So when we turn it off, it just goes to stage 2. With the methanol, with the ECU on, for example, so that's our ECU. With the standard ECU, he's got a phone app, and he's got 5 different tunes on that phone app now. And that phone app, just as an example, on the software, it's accessible here. So I can modify these maps. So I've got 5 here. So the max tune is this one, which is the one that's loaded now. That's there. So basically, as we've got load here, and load can be on this particular ECU boost or map pressure, and we've got RPM here. So these tables, this is option 1, option 2. So option 1 is boost, option 2 is map, option 3 is not being used. We have the switch for the methanol on and off, and we have duty, a cycle of the pump. So as we're, depending on the car that you're doing, it's already tuned, there is a bit of boost pressure and fueling done on the base map. But as an example, all these, brown dots, that's where you're sort of hitting it on the dyno. So it's idling around here, and you can adjust it depending on the car. But when you're booting it, it's really going from, you're sitting here and you're booting it, and then you go on the dyno, it goes up, and then you start hitting your peak boost here, and then that's sort of generally when you let off, around here somewhere. So this does rev up to 5,000 RPM. What I've done, this is the increment in boost over the factory or the base tune that I've got. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I'm spraying methanol now. So I can increase the boost limit safely. This is still running a very moderate, moderate amount of boost. It's only hitting 22 PSI in the stock turbo. So just as an example, say that's my boost. I'm increasing the boost there, and then I'm increasing the map pressure there. Here, I've got my duty cycle. So what a lot of methanol setups look like, it's just it's either on or it's off. And by that I mean, as soon as it hits the desired boost pressure, say if it's set to 18 psi, as soon as it hits 18 psi, it opens up the valve instantly and floods the engine with methanol, which at 5,500 RPM, you can get away with. Some people run it even higher, some a little bit lower. But I'm like, on this particular car, I'm spraying from 2,500 RPM, but only 5%. And then I'm going up to 10%. And then as I'm going up, like 20% here. I've logged it enough that a jump from 20 to 70% is safe, and from 70 to 80% is safe. And then I keep going up, and then I'm hitting the max duty cycle of the pump. And I'm hitting that at 5,000 RPM. Most people would have really something that looks 0.00000, 5,000 RPM, 100, like that. So, actually, if I'm really talking about it properly, this is a 3D map. Most like methanol injection, it's only 2D, which means it's only here. So just imagine, like none of this is here. There's no RPM signal. And as your boost pressure goes up, this is at the moment, this is my boost pressure as a voltage. But like as you're going up, as soon as it hits on my mouse, so say for example, methanol off, methanol off, methanol off, bang, methanol on, like that. So that's essentially what a factory or like an OEM, what I'm saying, not even OEM, like a competitor would look like. Whereas we, on this particular issue, we have a fully defined 3D map, which is amazing. If we go to own data, I do change this. So I've got another tune for him. So if he doesn't want to be at the drag, like he wants to conserve the methanol, this is a low boost, low methanol tune. So now, instead of spraying like 100% spray, the maximum spraying is 30%. But it's still safe because I've lowered the boost for him here. So now we're only going 15%. But even further to that, we have a tuning strength here. On the last one it was 50%, this is only 10%. So this is really mild on top of his stage 2. So I guess you could probably say this is like a stage 2.1, 2.2. Whereas like the file I was on just before, that would be like a stage 3.5 because he's got the intercooler. So that's just a quick explanation of the software. The stock tune has been tuned with methanol in mind, the base tune, and we've done that with WinOLS, and we have adjusted spark advance, the timing, a bunch of other maps to accommodate for that. But this is just the methanol that I'm talking about now.